this whole Web3 community, right? They're doing things mostly on chain, right? Like if you think about Ethereum, the whole ecosystem is based on composable smart contracts calling each other, and the kind of like source of truth, so to speak, is what's on those Ethereum full nodes out there, and they're running the smart contracts. And the technical problem here, that's also a political and social problem, is how do you know that what's going on chain? Do you just trust like Uniswap's website to tell you? Do you like just like trust like MetaMask to tell you? MetaMask uses a centralized provider to tell it what's going on chain, right? And if you do, then you're never going to scale to use cases where most of the value is off chain when the on chain secures that, because your knowledge of what's happening on chain is fundamentally untrustworthy. And that only kind of works if all you care about is, stuff that happens on chain. If you get lied to, fine, I'll switch to a different RPC provider. I'll eventually see what's happening on chain. That doesn't work if critical infrastructure that just depends on a reliable understanding of what's happening on chain. So I think like that's really the problem that Mel tries to solve. It's really about, blockchains are the perfect root of trust, right? They're the perfect settlement layer for everything. But to kind of cross the boundary between off-chain and on-chain, you need something that's very different from Bitcoin or Ethereum. I would actually be happy, for example, if Bitcoin stayed hard money, and it didn't have smart contracts, but it did add, like, let's say, finality and better like client support. That would massively increase its use cases. It would let me, for example, run a peer-to-peer network where the nodes pay each other in Bitcoin, and they can verifiably see I've been paid in Bitcoin without running a full node. And that will just like probably 10x the application space of Bitcoin just through these smaller changes. It's really about this sort of thing, not really about how many features does the base layer have. So I think like that's what I find the most worrying about blockchains nowadays. Like the focus is all on how many features can we cram into L1, not how can we get the stuff out of L1 to secure other things. So that's what Mel tries to solve.
Unchecked governments have eradicated privacy and truth. Those who resist are brought down swiftly, but we refuse to submit. Unipunks are freedom fighters, protected by encrypted shadows. The future we're building is sovereign and uncensorable. The moonlit night is coming.